Welcome back to Chaos Corner. It's your old buddy, the Guardian of Chaos, Big Daddy. And I tell it like it is. I'll say that to say this. Here in the lounge at Chaos Corner, kicking back, relaxing, and getting ready for a big weekend on Labor Day weekend here in 2022. We're in September already, and there's a lot of things going on. We just go back and look on the channel. We just put out a nice review from this past Wednesday night's AEW Dynamite. And we know what's going on this weekend. So before we get on to the huge weekend of pro wrestling, follow me on all social media platforms, and you know what they are. And Twitter, in real time, at Big Daddy GOC. And the GOC stands for the Guardian of Chaos. If you hit that profile link, that will knock you over to Guardian of Chaos on YouTube. Or let's face it, just go right to the board and type in Guardian of Chaos on your laptop or your mobile device, and you'll go right to YouTube. 2 accounts on Facebook, J Brony and Prodigio Fidelis El Guardian. Also on Instagram, it's the Guardian of Chaos. Again, hit me up on Truth Social, Rumble, Gab, Gitter, Parler. I cover it all in the IWC. This is reality TV. From you to me and me to you. No paywalls, no super chats, no Patreon. Raw, unique, one-man, unscripted, unedited, bringing you everything in the IWC. And this weekend, not only is it WWE NXT on Sunday afternoon, you have WWE pay-per-view over from Cardiff, Wales at the Castle, and AEW All Out. And that's what we're going to cover, which is live on Sunday night. We're going to run through the card right here. So sit back and relax. I'll give you my thoughts and predictions for AEW All Out. All right, fans, let me get a little wings here. Thanks for being here. Shout out to everyone who's here in the chat right now. We're going to premiere this live and in color. I don't want to get too close. We're trying to put out some content, so let me get some wings. Please stand by. All Out. It's going to be a big weekend. And like I said in the opening monologue, unless you stuck with me through the whole videotape here, and we'll be quick. This will be about 15 minutes. I'll run through the lineup. I'll give you a review. Well, actually, not a review. A preview of what's going to happen Sunday with the lineup. 14 big matches, and plus what's going on tonight on Rampage to fill out the 14 matches for All Out from Chicago on Sunday night. The buy-in show, the whole kit and caboodle. Yeah, I said kit and caboodle. Stand by. Big shout out to the doctor in the background. Well, guys, thanks for being here. I'm trying to throw out some content. Nice distraction from the insane craziness that's going on out there in the world. And just briefly, none of this would be possible without not only you guys, but our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Let's get on to AEW All Out. It's going to be 14 matches, as I said. And we're going to go, before we get to All Out, the buy-in show and then the main show, which I believe has 9 or 10 matches. We'll go through it here. And again, thanks for being here and following me on all these different platforms that I threw it out there. Tonight on Rampage, and I'm going to put this up on YouTube, and hopefully maybe I'll put it on Twitter and different things, because I'll be covering all that. I just want you guys to know that Rampage will fill out the card tonight. There'll be a couple different matches tonight that will affect the total card and All Out. Now tonight, whether you care or don't care, I really don't, to be honest. Does anybody care about the mixed intergender tag team championships? I believe they're out of Mexico, maybe from Lucha, maybe from AAA. It's Sammy and Sammy Guevara, Melo, Cante, Guevara, no me joda, maricón, muévete culo. Tú tienes bicho. I don't want to get crazy here, okay? But you understand what I'm talking about. Sammy and are the champions, and they're going up against, from PNP, from LAX, Santana and Ortiz, whatever, but it's Ortiz teaming up with Ruby Soho. Man, let me tell you something. I like Ruby. I think she's a decent grappler. but she has lost her way in AEW. I'm just listen, and right now, because of injuries and personal issues, whatever it is, with Proud and Powerful, Santana and Ortiz, LAX, whatever you want to call one of the best tag teams in the last decade, in my opinion. They've lost their way too, and this is what they're competing for, and that's on Rampage tonight. I don't really care. I got to bring it out as a consumer. One-man show, as I said, unique, unscripted. Also, tonight, it will affect the Trios Championship. I just reviewed Aussie Open and Ospreay against the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega. It was a nice 20-minute video I put out earlier this morning. And now, Rampage show tonight, it'll be Hangman Page and the Dark Order, okay? And they will be going up against the Best Friends, your favorite boy there, Pockets. Hey, it is what it is. He can work. I'm not saying nothing, just saying. Let's throw a little comedy and nobody get offended. Orange Cassidy and the Best Friends. Now, that trios match tonight will determine who goes up against Omega and the Bucks for the Trios Championship. That'll be at All Out. So that's the reason to watch Rampage tonight. Plus, I think they're live tonight. And coming up for the month of October, they'll also be live. And I may be in attendance, too, for one of those live events. We'll have to see what happens at Rampage, depending on the casino nights. Well, we'll see what happens. Just to throw a little tidbit. See if you're paying attention out there. Another thing I don't understand about tonight, because he has a huge match on Sunday night. I get it. You want to be competitive, and this is how it was back in the days, especially if you, back in the 80s and the 70s, and for sure even into the 90s. Why would Ricky Starks, a pretty Ricky as I call him, why would Ricky Starks be taking on QT Marshall tonight on Rampage? Why would you take that match knowing that you're going up against Powerhouse Hobbs at All Out? Really, Starks? I get it, man. Really, I just don't know. QT's no slouch himself, So that's Rampage tonight. I wanted to throw that out there, give my thoughts and opinions, because this will be up before then. And that will affect All Out. I'm going to be back later, and I'm going to run over the Castle show for the WWE. They're calling the Clash at the Castle from Cardiff, Wales. I'm going to come back and run through a quick preview of that as well here at Chaos Corner. Now, here's the pre-show again. Sunday, Chicago time, AEW All Out. The pre-show, the buy-in, whatever you want to call it. There's a multitude of title matches coming up on Sunday at All Out. So you're going to get your money's worth if you get the pay-per-view. But here's the buy-in. The FTW title, I don't even know why it's a title. I get the tradition. I understand ECW tag. I get it. But is it another title mixed with titles and titles? Really? So Hook is the man. There's no two ways about that. They're really pushing this guy and making him the right way. And this kid, I really like what they're doing with Hook and his persona. He takes on and defends the title against Angelo Parker on the buy-in show. I really do like the storylines with Hook, but does it have to be an FTW title? What are we doing here along with all the other titles? Right, storyline, not sure about the title. I guess we let it slide. I enjoy it for what it is. But I'm going to give you the good, the bad, and the ugly, man. We're here in the lounge. What do you want me to tell you? And then there's another on the buy-in show. It's that bastard Pac defending the All-Atlantic title against the returning Kip Sabian. Now, let me give you my thoughts on that. Yes, I have notes. You know I have notes. First off, that bastard Pac is an unbelievable grappler. You made the big deal about tying up all this Atlantic title and everyone going back and forth for it, and it was a huge thing, a title, New Japan, all over the country, and the whole thing, Kip Sabian comes back, no qualifications, no match on Dark or Elevation or anything that I know of, walks right in, and why does he get a title match? Where's the storyline? Where's the booking? Where's the psychology? Where's the build-up? Pac, I understand and get it. It's unbelievable. Death Triangle. I get it, man. But don't get this. And how important is it if it's on the buy-in show? Not that to diminish that. You're on the event. But it's just like tossed in there after you made it such a big deal, the All-Atlantic title. That's also on the buy-in. Here's another one that was thrown in there after the controversy. He always puts on a solid match, fat man or not. I don't care what you call him. I don't get hurt by it. Whatever they went through, him and Guevara in the backstage, TK, AEW, I give the good, bad, and the ugly. Doesn't matter. It is what it is. It's the business. Eddie Kingston against Tomohiro Ishii. Konnichiwa, bitches. Tomohiro Ishii. Now, this is just a grudge match. Kingston has a long history with facing a lot of the guys in the Indies and now in AEW, from New Japan, from the Rising Sun, from the Orient, from the Pac Rim, so to speak. All my buddies, my friends over there again, as I said, konnichiwa, bitches. So this will be a good matchup. And, put all the locker room and stuff behind it, everything that's going on there in the locker room. I don't care, and if it affects the product, it is what it is. I'm here to enjoy wrestling. Pro wrestling. I'm a wrestling fan. It's changed. You understand? You get it. My over 3 decades as a pro wrestling manager. My over 5 decades as a fan. That's right. A historian, a coach, a mentor. Do you get it yet? So Kingston and Tomohiro Ishii. That's all on the buy-in show. I think I got everything accurate here so far. Bear with me. We go to the all-out show itself. Again, there's a couple pending matchups, as I said. A lot of trios matches on here. We already talked about the trios titles. Omega and the Bucks are all elite, if you will. James Bow, I get it. Him and Ospreay were doing that in Dynamite, and here's one of you, Omega, baby. I got you, man. Omega and the Bucks, that was made for you, man. So we mentioned that they're going to face whoever wins tonight on Rampage. Out of Hangman, the Dark Order, Orange Cassidy, and the Boys are the best friends. So we know that's happening. That's on the main show at the buy-in. That's why I mentioned that first. And that's for the initial inaugural trios titles, making a big deal out of it, just like the All-Atlantic. Let's see where it goes. Into another trios match that's on the show. Not quite sure. Race to AAA champions, Ring of Honor champions, household champions. You get it, right? FTR and Wardlow, the TBS champion, take on Jay Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns, Shelly and Sabin. Oh, yeah, they're back. Big deal, they're back. Great, talented, been on events with them myself. All 3 of those guys. Lethal, Sabin, and Shelly, the Motor City Machine Guns, and Lethal. And you know that, I'm sure, Sunday Dutt and Satnam Singh, the Giant El Gigante, they'll all be around at ringside. Talk about a wasted match. Don't know the storyline. I get it, unless you're going to put them against the Young Bucks and Omega later on. What are you going to do here? I'm not quite sure. Again, it's going to be, you're going to get your money's worth. I'm not complaining about that. I'm going to be giving up my money as well. Okay, but not getting the match. I really am. Another match. Who knows if All Out in the pay-per-view this Sunday? Who knows if Luchasaurus will be around? Who knows? Haven't seen him. Don't know if he'll be around. So you know what I'm going to talk about now. Christian Cage and Jungle Boy. That's right, Luke Perry's kid, Jungle Boy. But Christian Cage, who's doing some of the best work he's done in the last decade, perhaps, maybe in his career. He's a natural heel. He's unbelievable. I'm a big fan of Christian Cage. This is another grudge match that's on the event, on the card. We'll see if Luchasaurus gets involved and where Christian goes from here. I'm digging Christian Cage, man. Can you dig it, baby? Because I know that you can, Christian. So another grudge match. Here we go for the TBS title again. I like her athleticism. I like the look and the storyline. Say what you want about her. She's putting asses in seats. The TBS Women's Champion, Jade. That's right, that bitch. Cut the shit. Jade Cargill goes up Athena, the former Ember Moon from the WWE. Now, I'm not quite sure. Athena, a qualified grappler, did a lot of good work over there in WWE for a moment, where she gets to be for the TBS Championship. But there's no rhyme or reason a lot of times with TK and the AEW and some of the storylines with these title shots and who comes in and who gets a shot next. And I know they have rankings and all that, but So that's for the TBS title. Jade Cargill and Athena. I like Jade all day. Now is not the time. Okay, I do believe that Jungle Boy will go over, especially if Luchasaurus shows up. So I might as well throw out some the predictions there too. Christian Cage wins if it's just straight up. Luchasaurus shows up, and I believe I guess they'll go back to that way. And that's the good thing about tuning in, is you're not always going to know who's going to win here or lose. That's the good thing about wrestling. I don't believe that the Young Bucks and Omega have any chance of not winning that title there for the trios title. 6-man tag, in my opinion. I know I'm going forward to go back to the future. No way FTR and Wardlow lose. They just don't. To Lethal and the Motor City Machine Guns. Again, I just explained Christian and Jungle Boy. Jade, I'll say that to say this. She retains the title, in my opinion. Then we have the 4-way for the AEW interim title. All the bullshit that went down with Thunder Rosa and all that, La Mera Mera, and different things. 10 minutes for CM Punk when he wants to be the interim champion for the men, and 30 seconds for Rosa. Whatever happened. Get over it. Let's move on. The whole 9 yards. So whatever's going to happen, she's injured. It's ironic. It is what it is. It'll work out one way or another. And until then, just enjoy the ride, baby. Get on the waves. Grab a Red Bull, grab a cup of coffee, grab something to eat, and follow the GOC, baby. And this is what you get here to a lot of people. If you don't stick around, what you miss. The personal relationship and letting you know me. That's going to be for the AEW Women's Interim Championship, just like they had with the men. It's going to be Toni Storm from the former Thunderstorm. I really was looking forward to that, Toni Storm and Thunder Rosa, which was supposed to be on All Out in this event. So it's Toni Storm versus DMD and all the heat and everything going on. Britt Baker versus Jamie Hayter, and boy, talk about them cakes. Talk about being thick or fat, PHAT, versus Hikaru Shida. Very well qualified grappler, and she's an excellent addition to the women's division in AEW. Much needed. Again, Toni Storm versus Britt Baker versus Jamie Hayter versus Hikaru Shida. Let's put all the jokes and gimmicks aside and be a little more professional. For the interim title, and then whatever happened where Rosa comes back, she's going to be out a while if you listen to Busted Open Radio, which I do. And then Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs. And another grudge match. Where do you go from here? Both men looking for storylines, looking to catch on, looking to go somewhere, looking to do something. Power Hobbs is a monster, has the look. Starks is a generational talent. Was great in NWA. Let's see what happens. That's another one that, where do you go? Jungle Boy and Christian, Starks and Hobbs. Just different storylines and different, how it's thrown together, where are they looking at, who's running creative. And for the women's match, a lot of predictions. That one's up in the air. I would like to see Toni Storm, but I'm not sure if she's ready. Will it be Britt Baker again? She's already held the title. Politics aside. Jamie Hayter, is she ready? Is she green enough? Is she still too green? Sheeta's qualified, but do you put it on Sheeta? A lot to be said and think about on this card coming up on All Out. Again, back to Starks and Hobbs. I don't know where they go, who loses, if it's going to be a screw finish. Is somebody going to get involved? Something's got to happen there with Starks and Hobbs. Got to go somewhere with their young careers right now. Neither one of them will be hurt by a loss, my opinion. Then we have another trios match. What are you doing to me here? You decimated your tag team divisions. What are you doing here for the trios? Just like you did with the All Atlanta. Do you understand where I'm coming from? You guys know, right? It's the House of Black, Malachi Black, Brody King, Buddy Matthews. I'm big fans, huge, especially when they first came here. I thought it was going to be like the Wyatts, a little, not rip-off, but similarities. And it's stalled a little bit. I'm not sure where they're going. Will Julia Hart be around? Let's see. Against Sting, Darby Allin, and Miro. Where are we going with Miro? Where's the storylines? Sting's not going to live forever. I mean, in the business as far as in-ring. Darby Allin, who knows what we're doing with him? We've made him into an icon, and yet a lot of these guys aren't getting a lot of regular work. It's thrown together. The matches, mismatch, trios. What are we doing here? I like, if the House of Black loses, I don't know if it's good for their careers moving forward in AEW. What are they going to do with Miro? Again, I feel like it was thrown together. I know there's been some storylines, ring psychology, storytelling, emotional investment, bringing the fans back. Yeah, the live event's going to be electric. The people are going to love it. I understand that part. we're looking at the pay-per-view. It's going to be an extravaganza, a bonanza. Make no mistake about it. So that's another trios match right there. We'll have to see what happens. And then the chaoticness, the chaos, and pun intended, of the 8-man tag team match. I'm not sure of the 8th guy yet. Mystery opponent, it to be determined. The casino ladder match. Holy but Jesus, what's going to happen there? Wheeler Yuta, Andrade El Idolo, Rey Fenix, Rush, Dante Martin, Penta El Oro El Scoro, Penta from the Lucha Brothers, Claudio Castagnoli, the former Cesaro, Ring of Honor champion. Right? That's 7, I think. And then who's going to be the 8th? I don't know yet at press time here on on a Friday, putting this out there for the Labor Day weekend. So Yuta, Andrade, Phoenix, Rush, Dante Martin, Penta, Claudio Castagnoli, again, and a mystery opponent. And I'm not sure if I don't think I missed it, or who it was going to be. That's the Casino Ladder match. Then we have the AEW Tag Team Championships. Again, I know they're over, just like the orange guy. Pocket, I got it. I respect everybody. But how do they deserve a title? Again, I guess I got to stop questioning who deserves title shots and who doesn't. But the Acclaimed, Bowens and Max Caster, that's right, the Acclaimed, Mr. Rapper himself. Listen, I love his rap too. I'll show you. Have you ever went over a friend's house to eat and the food just ain't no good? I mean, the macaroni soggy, the peas are moist, and the chicken tastes like wood. So you say, that's it, I got to leave this place. I don't care what these people think. I'm just sitting here making myself nauseous with this ugly food that stinks. You guys remember that, right? Max Caster, the Acclaimed, going for the AEW Tag Team titles. How did they deserve that? The rap too. Do you understand? I said M-A-S-T-E-R, a G with a double E. I said I go by the unforgettable name of the man they call the Master G. Well, my name is known all over the girl, all over the foxy ladies and pretty girls. Going down in history, the baddest brother there ever could be. Well, what do I got to say? In tribute here, I'm at a New York groove, York groove, New York groove. I wanna rock and roll all night and party every day. You get it, right? Acclaimed Max Caster and Bowens at the pop. I understand that they're going for the tag team titles against Swerve and Keith Lee. That's right, Swerve Strickland and the Big Keith Lee, whatever they call him, Power and Glory. Wait, that's Roma and Hercules Hernandez, Power and Glory, the legends. Swerve and Shane Strickland, Keith Lee, defending the titles against the Acclaimed. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be entertaining. I'm interested to see. No way that Keith Lee and Swerve lose on this one. So I'll throw that out there. And here's one that I am looking forward to because one is ageless, the other is timeless, and it should be priceless. All Out. This Sunday, pay-per-view. AEW. Chris Jericho. Will it be the Lionheart? Will it be the Wizard? Woo! Against Bryan Danielson. That's right, the American Dragon, who to me has become his best at points in AEW. It's slacked back, fallen back a little bit, and I like it. This is going to be a matchup of legends that I'm interested in seeing. I don't know about you guys. Danielson will win this match. If not, I will say that to say this about AEW and some of the workers, especially Danielson, and I can name off a whole bunch, but him in particular, they're making the other grapplers look good. There's constant, again, some chaos matches, a little all over the place, not following, nothing's perfect, it's the new age. But these guys, whether it be Omega, Ospreay, Bryan Danielson, the Young Bucks, I could throw out a whole bunch more they're making some of these other young green guys that don't even belong in the positions look real good. Jericho, throw him in there. It really has been something special. So Danielson and Jericho, another grudge match, will be a match that I'm very interested out of all this that's going to be on and All In for AEW. And then there's the rematch. And I put it out there that Mox couldn't carry Punk's jockstrap. And I stuck by it. I may have to come back a little bit on it. It's the rematch and all the controversy that's going on with Punk and all this stuff that's going on and all this different bullshit. I don't get into the politics. Mox won handily. They gave it away. I didn't like it. I think they kind of blew it a little bit. You should have kept it till this Sunday. Imagine what would have happened in the build up to it now. Kind of screwed up a little bit there. I'm just telling you my opinion, okay? It's my channel. So Mox, the defending champion, against the former champion CM Punk. That's the main event. Those are all the matchups here. I believe I have them all from pillar to post, from Rampage tonight, leading into All Out, the buy-in show, and then to the All Out main show. 14 big matches plus Rampages, as I said. So thanks, guys, for being here. I get emotional. I get passionate. You hear it, right? From the over 50 demo god, the old man brand. My stress reliever, I bring it to you guys. I hope you appreciate it because I appreciate you. Thank God for the coffee and Red Bull. You don't get this anywhere else, do you? Someone who was in the business, part of creative, everything from putting up the rings to sweeping the floors to selling tickets to hanging flyers to doing promos, interviews to taking the bumps, being a part of storylines, a part of booking, a part of cleaning the shit house, locker rooms, getting paid, not getting paid, getting treated like a star with the stars, the next day close but yet so far. But lived a dream. How many could say that? That's why I'm glad you're here. And you guys continue to let me go forward with this, with the legacy. I'm having the time of my life. Positive, faith, situational awareness. I'll say that to say this, because I tell it like it is. It's me, it's the GOC. You didn't think you were going to get through a whole tape without me stumbling, right at the very end. I'll say that to say this. Don't you dare miss it. Come on back. We're coming out with more content. I'll be back with coverage, preview of WWE this weekend. The premium live event? No, it's a fucking pay-per-view unless you got the peacock. I got the peacock there. No, the TV service. Peacock. Don't you dare miss it.